Well, hello, ICF San Antonio and Texas coaches. We want to invite you to an incredible opportunity that is coming up in May. But first, I'm going to introduce Jessica Bronzert. And one of the things that I love about Jessica is she is a continuous learner, but she's also an executive coach. She's a change consultant, and she's also the founder of the Sparks Group. And Jessica's passion is helping leaders and teams develop the capacity, not just the skills. Did you hear that? The capacity, not just the skills, that they need to personally and professionally to be successful in the face of this ever increasing change and complexity that we're dealing with in the world. And Jessica, we are so fortunate because we've had you do some other sessions for the ICF chapter, and now we're going to be launching a 4-part series in vertical leadership development. So Jessica, welcome, and I'm going to kick you off with the first question. What is vertical leadership development?
Well, Aurora, thanks so much for having me and Anna on my team do this series for everybody in Texas. Welcome, everybody in Texas who's going to be a part of this. So vertical leadership development is the psychological framework around how adults mature. And so psychologists used to believe that by the time we were 18 or 21, we were about as mature as we were going to get. Now, if you're anything like me, that just makes you giggle a little bit because thank goodness 21-year-old Jessica is not still walking around having this conversation today. So we intuitively know that adults grow and mature past the age of 18 or 21, but it's not been until the last 40 or 50 years that psychologists have really fleshed out that framework of what those stages of vertical or adult psychological development look like. And the business world, like we are so good at doing, sees frameworks in different disciplines and borrows them for use in the business world. And that's exactly what is so interesting and exciting about vertical leadership development is that the business world organizations are looking at this psychological framework and saying, hey, we think there's some utility here. And indeed, the research is showing that there is a high degree of correlation between a leader or a person's stage of vertical development and their leadership effectiveness and their ability to get organizational outcomes. So this is really a new and different way of thinking about how leadership capacity grows and how it evolves over time. And we contrast that with horizontal development, which is sort of the traditional way of looking at skills and competencies. So that's where we get that distinction between capacity and skills. Both important, but different.
Jessica, it's great to hear that from the framework perspective, a lot of our leaders are struggling with how they identify not only their own vertical development, but also the development for their teams. So when we're talking about the 4-part series that we're going to be launching in May, who is really going to benefit from vertical leadership development?
For sure, coaches, change management consultants and practitioners, and even people who aren't in one of those roles but are in a general leadership role will really benefit from this 4-part series. We're going to take a look at why vertical leadership development is so important generally, why even bring a focus to this. It's because, a headline, the world is getting more complex and change is happening at a faster and faster rate. We know this. We're going to dig into how the model works. We're going to look at the actual stages, and then we are going to talk about how to apply it both in a coaching context and in a change management context. Similar, again, but some distinctions there depending on the hat that you're wearing. Will be really